Okay.
Hi, everybody. This is our Scrum for June 27th. Sorry, we've been talking a few minutes. I forgot to start the recording, but Bala's going to talk to us about what we need to get done.
Yeah, I think, yes, this end-to-end testing scenario, that is one thing. Obviously, that's one thing. The second thing is the documentation, like you said. And John, I would request you to take a look at the user doc once. I think the install docs we have, I think we have, there is some shade that you already wrote, and then Liam wrote some wrapper documentation for that, pointing to some of the steps that is needed. And the release notes, probably we can quickly, I put a initial version. There were some comments which I'll take care of tonight or tomorrow morning. And then we can take a final look on it. But probably today, if you can take a look at the user guides and add some sections on the later section, later section on the sections where I just have the bullet items. That would be really good if you could help us with that one.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I did yesterday is there were like 5 or 6 documentation PRs that had some review by various folks. I just merged them all because that way we can iterate. I will take a pass through the different documents today and try and add some stuff. The nice thing is documentation is easy to update. Obviously we need to update it. We need to have it up to date, but if we have some basics in place, we can refine it over the next, even Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, the one other thing I was thinking about this documentation, and initially I was thinking when I put the bullet items, I think I was thinking too much for the user docs. I was also thinking about the design of how each and every, for example, all the choreography, how it works, how the handover takes place, things like that. Probably we can postpone those details as more of a developer guide. We can if you have to do that.
I think, we'll try and I'll take a closer look, but I want to probably try to, exactly reorganize it, or I don't know, maybe, or the way I want it organized in the end, I don't know how it is now because I didn't review them closely. Would be like we take the sort of README as a quick start. Hey, here's some quick exercises. We're not going to explain everything here. I think Eric brought this up, like, hey, don't try and explain everything in this, right? Let's just do this walkthrough. And then we can go back. We can even have links from those sections potentially to deeper explanations of each section. So we'll do all of that. We'll try to have this layered approach to the documentation so that people can kind of like get a vague overview and then drill in deeper and deeper. I actually was thinking about this morning, like I want to start super high level, right? Like super high level is we basically need to do 2 things, only 2 things. We need to specify our intent, and we need to ensure the actualization of that intent. Like that's all the entire system does. And ensure means, of course, that's that's repeatedly over time, right?
Yeah.
Of course, and react to changes, and you can refine those infinitely, right? I mean, they get so deep, but like I really want to start super high level like that, so people, like the industry as a whole has done a ton of work over the last 5 years on actualization of low-level intent, right? But there's this path of how you get from the very high-level intent to the low-level intent. That's what we've actually spent the last 6 months working on. There's a lot there, and how that process is done in a way that multiple people and roles can integrate their intent and have control over different parts of the intent. And so like that's kind of the refinement and the sort of iterative, like super high level, what's been done over time, what things are out there, what things are we working on, what problems are we trying to solve, and try to do that. So that's a goal, but I don't know that that's going to happen before Thursday, but I think, that's just kind of my approach anyway for now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks. I think I'm pretty sure today, just Tuesday, we had 2 days to get the simple doc done. I think by Thursday we had to show them the docs, including the release notes. The release notes will have the pointers to everything that we need in terms of what features we have, what limitations we have, and also we just have to show the code and the artifacts, things like that, which we are ready with anyway. So I think with these 2 things we should be in a good shape. Yeah.
Okay, so as far as preparing the actual deck, is that something you have time to do? I don't know if you're on vacation or you're working, like I don't want to impose on you in your time off. So is that something schedule wise you'd be able to work on or not?
Yeah, I could do that. Probably I can start with that. Probably I may need some help with some
Sure.
pointers. Yeah, I can start with that one. Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So then, sorry, Ann, one sec. So then tomorrow we have a meeting, our normal meeting,
Yeah.
this at 9 o'clock. So if, I don't know if you could have a draft of it by then tomorrow we can refine it, and then it'll be the next day that we have to, it's the day after tomorrow. So that we have to present it. So if you're able to do that, that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Ann, what's up?
What you said caught my attention. The translation and coordination of intent top down and across different players. How are we capturing that somewhere? Because that resonates strongly with me. You know, choreography has been done over and over, but that kind of intent translation and coordination.
That's what I'm gonna, yeah, that's what I'm saying is I want to document it. That's the approach. I want to write that document like as my, as I see it, there's two ways, there's two entry points that I want to start with for, I'm new to Nephew, what the heck is it? One is, here's a demo, boom, 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 do these steps. We're not going to explain it all right now. And the other is that starting at the very 30,000 foot view, what is this trying to do? And then actually kind of like start to focus in on those different parts of that. What is it trying to do? And tell that story that I just told. Like that's, so that's my intent, is to write that document. I don't know that I'll get it done before the release, but definitely that's where I want to go from how to educate or explain what we're trying to do here to people.
May I suggest that if you don't have enough time, because I think you capture it succinctly than anyone else here so far I've heard. No offense to anyone else, but may I suggest that you capture that in 1 or 2 slides if you don't have time to write a whole doc, because I don't want to miss that in the shuffle of all the things we're doing.
I also think it's nice if there's going to be new people coming in and looking at it as soon as we release,
Exactly.
that they have a framework in mind, right? It's trying to build that mental model of where does this fit in the world. So yeah, I will definitely have something about that before the release, how complete it will be, right? But I will have something kind of telling that story. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a powerful hook. That's what I'm trying to say. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Vish?
Yeah, so I wanted to just confirm. So I have one of those tasks for the end-to-end to verify that the ping between SMF and UPF is working and all the pods are up and running. So where do we stand?
Yeah. So we, I think within the next couple hours.
Oh, nice. I will stay awake.
Well, okay, yeah, it's late there, right? Yeah, at least give us an hour, and if it's if you're getting too tired, you may want to give it up. But I think we're super close.
Awesome.
To that.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, great, Vish. I think are you out of jet lag?
See, we are the team of last minute, you know.
Yeah, I'm not out of jet lag, but I'm amazed at how Wim does it though. It keeps traveling.
Yeah. Wim, you need to tell us a secret sauce. It's been a week. I'm still jet lagged.
I know the secret. He's got multiple clones, but he doesn't want to admit it.
Wait, where are you guys? Are you in?
So I'm in India. We both, myself and Vish, we are in India. Yeah, we traveled to India last week.
I thought there was
I think separately, right? Not as like you're not like.
Yes, separately. Yes, it just happened
on the same day. Separately on the same day.
Separately on the same day. Yeah.
I thought Red Hat's having a conference or something.
No. I wish my ticket prices were.
Yeah, then they would have paid for the ticket.
Exactly.
Okay, so then, so I think the status then is, Stephen, I saw you join after we talked about some of this.
Hello.
We're gonna, we think we have the pieces done to get through full specialization of AMF and SMF. So then it'll be seeing that the operator brings up the SMF and does the configuration correctly based upon the config refs in there. So so Stephen, yeah, if you could be ready to jump in in the next hour, and then once the SMF is working, we'll take a look at Anne what you did and see if it needs updating based upon what we learned with the SMF and get the AMF.
Yeah. So the AMF piece is only a list of DNNs. So if our functional unit test is only using internet, what Ronak did by himself for now would actually work without Anne's new additions. But then if we want to ever execute the sample that was given by Orange, that one we need a lot more stuff anyway. I mean, a couple more stuff. I don't want to say a lot more stuff, but we need a little bit more stuff to see how that goes. Yeah. So then that is needed when that happens, and then it's making things more generic because otherwise the DNN is hard coded. And then because Vim already did the work, that is kind of, I mean, easy is a strong word, but at least it's the infrastructure in place to add a UPF deployment to any of the other NFs. So the DNN information could be easily encapsulated anyway. So we're just saying let's do it at least on the back end. So if Vim's ready, it could be encapsulated inside an AMF package. Then we'll get that information and we'll get that by the implementations.
Stephen, that's done already. So that's done.
Oh, that's done already. So there you go.
Yep. So if you can look at Anne's PR and do the review, that would be helpful. And I think then we're basically done with our call. Let's get back to it, try and get it done, and not make this stay up too late.
I mean, according to Denny's, we still probably need something on synchronizing, if you will, the IP address being used by UE ransom and whatever being used by.
I'm working on that. I'm fixing that.
Yeah, but then the model doesn't include that thing to be propagated, so there's something probably to think about. So if we somehow need to propagate that IP address into SMF configurations or some other things, we'll have to see how that works. I see one /32 IP on the UE routing part of SMF. So keep eyes open on that one.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there might be, but at least if we can ping or something like that, right? So
okay, yeah. So that's the first step.
Yeah.
That's the first step.
And we have,
and we don't need that to CP packets floating between SMF and UPF. So we should if we see that, at least that's a progress. That's some progress.
See, today because SMF is not up, but I can ping between AMF and UPF across clusters. And between UPF across clusters. So I think the whole routing is sorted.
Yeah, so I think we see so connectivity should be good by now. Yes.
Yeah, so in my view, if SMF is up, I think PFCP will be okay.
But
that's my view.
Does SMF know how to route to the UPF then? Because the UPF route needs to be propagated into the
SMF. So but that's what we are doing right now.
That's what you talked about yesterday, right? Yeah.
Wait, so I think today the SMF needs the information where the UPF is. I think with the change with the config refs, I believe that should be sorted.
Yeah.
At least that's my understanding.
But then are you able to ping the N4 IP address from, let's say, the N4 on SMF from UPF? But
because SMF is not up. Because SMF is not up, I didn't test it. But for example, what I did test is N3 to N2.
Okay, yeah.
And so UPF to AMF. So UPF is on the
secondary interface to secondary interface. So yeah.
Yes. So that connectivity works. So my view is that if SMF is up, N4 shouldn't be a problem because the whole logic is always the same.
Okay. Yeah, no, that sounds good. Actually, that does sound good. Yeah. Because I think what we talked about yesterday is that route is non-existing. They'll send it to Kubernetes interface.
No, I fixed that. So that's all.
You fixed that using NAD. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so the NAD injects the routes inside of the interface. Yeah, I can And then
Yeah, so
you know how to run
we
back.
should have confidence that once we configure it in place, SMF is up, we should CPF-CP packets at least. So
Yes, yeah.
that's
And we should
a
be
good
able to
milestone.
ping between AMF and UPF and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Although
Well,
that's
AMF
not
and SMF are still in the same cluster, so that should be fine.
Yeah.
But in AMF,
You don't
yeah,
have an
yeah.
official interface between UPF and AMF. Yeah, it should work.
Yeah.
no, but they are.
it-
In our case, they are on the same network, so so one is N2 and one is N3, so they can communicate at the moment because we didn't.
yeah,
separate.
yeah. The N2 is
Well,
between
it's not,
G-Node
it doesn't
D
mean to be
and
that. It doesn't mean
AMF
to be a
actually.
direct connection between the
Yeah.
two, but Ravi, but
Y-
then at
Yeah,
least
exactly. No, that's what I'm just trying
we
to say.
validated
Yeah,
the
yeah,
connectivity.
yeah. No, I understand. So,
Uh-huh.
no, so is it like the final setup? You'll have two UE-RAN SIMs, so you will have two ping session going from those UEs into onto the N6.
First need to get one up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not get too ambitious.
No,
We're
no,
not
I'm just
reversing-
saying, is that the goal? I mean, the final goal, the SMF is controlling two kind of UPF.
I think that was our
with
initial
G-Node.
topology. Our
Okay.
initial topology is, well, two ERM sim may or may not, but then at least two UPFs. So to make it less confusing, maybe two UEs too. So you have two ERM sims running. That would
Okay,
be
yeah.
probably would be a little easier to resolve on. So we don't have to learn that much about ERM sim configurations. But then again, one instance first.
Yeah, it should be okay. I think you should be able to use the same DNNs and all that stuff. The two similar overlays.
Yeah. So yeah, for one call, one UPF, you know, one
Yeah.
one slides. Yeah, just internet should be fine for now.
Mhm.
Yeah, moving beyond that, that's a different story.
Yeah, so from the moment you have one thing up, I think going to the next should be okay. I think that is most of the work will be whether we have all the identifiers sorted out beyond the connectivity. I think, right? So, but
yeah. But after that will be a
I-
different problem. It's not a connectivity
So-
problem. It's like now configuration problem. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Rado, I see you're on the call. I'm looking at, I merged a PR for a WIMS PR in an FEO repo, and I don't see a build based on it yet. And I wondered, usually it's pretty fast, isn't it? It comes up pretty fast, so I don't know what's going on.
Let me quickly check. You remember the number?
321.
321.
Because I'm waiting for that build so that I can I'll launch my next test, because I think once that build is done, so I see the CI for it, but not the post submit job.
Yeah. I will look into this.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Let me know. As soon as that's done, I will launch another
you can build manually as well. Do you want me to build it manually, John?
That would
For now?
be okay. Yeah, sure.
I'll do it right now. Just the operator, right? Because the function is inside of the general reconcile.
If you say
need
so.
Yeah. I've been testing it. So yes.
Okay. Awesome then. Anything else before we go? I know.
Yeah, John, just a couple of questions. One is the UI for the PVS. I believe that's in. Is that the right understanding?
There's a PR that's been reviewed, and there was one change needed after the review, and the team did that last night. I mean, last night my time, but so India during your day today.
Okay.
And so I don't think Chris has had a chance to review it yet. He's the one who's really been reviewing those this morning, since only 9 a.m. here. So hopefully, yeah, if that looks good, then we'll merge that today.
Okay, thank you. So the other thing is we are not claiming anything with the status aggregator or anything for the release. Okay, got it.
Yeah, without the topology manager, there's no one sending anything to the status aggregator.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay, cool.
well,
Thank
it's
you.
probably 1.1 thing, to be honest.
Yeah, cool,
Yeah.
thank you. So another thing, maybe I'm a bit more jet lagged than what I want to be the version stuff. Did we hear back anything from Kandan at all?
TSC?
What do you want to call it?
Is Tal here? He's the one who was most closely in contact. I mean, I think they want to do R1 was what I heard, but I don't know what that
Yeah,
means.
I think we tag R1. I think that's what we agree on. But that was actually not even a discussion point on the meeting last Thursday. So yeah, that's
So
no,
so
like, final.
basically, yeah, TSC, they said they will get back to
Yeah,
us.
so once we submit
yeah,
for
we didn't
approval on
discuss it last
Thursday, we can just tell them, hey,
but
we'll
Kandan
tag it
said that he
R1.
will internally discuss the TSC. So we can assume it's R1 for now.
Yeah, it's R1. We'll just say it's R1. And the main thing was that we wanted to be sure, from my point of view, like if the SIG chair hat on, it's like, I want to make sure we're not boxed into all the APIs, but since they're all /v1 alpha 1, calling the sort of distribution, the complete collection as R1 is fine. The individual components, a lot of those APIs are alphas, which is fine.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks, John.
So the tags for every repository release is gonna be R1.
So I don't think that the TSC cares about the tags in the repository. So if we want, if for our purposes, it's easier to use a purely numerical tag. Personally, I'm okay with that. I guess I would leave it up to SIG Release to make that decision. I don't think the TSC cares. They want to be able to say it's R1 and whatever the tags are is at the implementation.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, we're not tagging it now. So let's wait Thursday and say that, oh, the release ready, then we'll tag everything R1. It's probably more formal. And then yeah.
I'm just asking for images builds that triggered by creating the tag, so I have to know like in front what the tagging is gonna be. Right now, by default, is a tag created that starts with lowercase v and then the numerical values. So like with the usual versioning, right? This will trigger the build. That will tag it with in Docker.
Yeah, I think not everyone. I think the TSC is rejecting v0.1. There was we as development community is uncomfortable with v1.0. so I guess there's some middle ground there somewhere.
I think the middle ground was that the APIs are still tagged with
Yeah.
the alpha 1, right? So we don't care that much. It's called v1. It doesn't obligate us to anything. It's just
Ultimately, it doesn't really matter what's the tag on the repository is gonna be. The job to build it can be also executed manually. So we can just point it to the certain commit, whatever's the release gonna be created from. So yeah. Just it's not something that's really a limiting factor for releasing these images or something. So, no worries.
Okay, I know some people want to go to the other meeting, so why don't we end it here? I'm not going to go.
Can I have a quick question?
Sure.
So, is there any surprise expected this Thursday, or are we going to come back saying that yeah, R1 is out?
I think we.
I think we are. We maxed out our extension.
Yes.
Yeah, we maxed out. I mean, it's very clear to all of us that the marketing and everyone's ready. So okay. we'll have to ship. We have to ship something.
We'll ship something, and I think we'll ship something that can at least make a call. And I think we'll also be able to do the capacity changes. But like, let's at least get to making a call. Okay.
Cool. I think if we surprise TSC, I think TSC will surprise us. No more surprises. Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Take care. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.